there's definitely a lot of good music coming out of Sweden and Scandinavia in general, but when we talk about rock and it's usually more metal oriented. So was it difficult for being a hard rock band, not necessarily as metal as what was around you? Was it difficult to find your place?
Well, Gothenburg is quite known for their metal. They have the Gothenburg sound is like melodic death metal, and our name Graveyard, like, some people's ears it sound like a true metal band. But so we discussed very much in the beginning about who's gonna like us. We're too soft for the metalheads and we're too hard for the other guys. So we're gonna like slip between the chairs, but instead we set our fat ass on both chairs instead, so it worked out. Okay.
But there was a definite feeling of we're not going to compromise, not going to do a bit more metal just to make it...
No, we were like, we decided quite from the beginning that we wanted to like do that kind of music, because Albatross was more like psychedelic, and we want to have a little more straighter and still have this psychedelic vibe to it, I guess. And well, we listen to too much to blues and stuff like that to play metal, I think, you know. So, but I still appreciate metal like Slayer and stuff. Yeah.
But was it then because Hisingen Blues, the second album, I believe it became a #1 in Sweden.
Yeah.
Was it around that time that you actually could live off of music and focus completely on it, or?
Yeah, well, yeah, because we toured a little bit with the first album, but with the Hisingen Blues we signed with big labels and got like booking agents and stuff like that started to get interested, and so it was much easier to get out and play more. And well, it was quite early that we discovered if we were on tour and we came to a place where maybe it was 30 people in the audience, the next time we came back to the same time it doubled, you know. Okay. So I think we realized that we were on the right trail by then.
And do you now have a feeling that, or at least the idea to expand this through Europe as well? Because you had a #1 album in Sweden. Do you think now you also want to expand that growing in popularity over?
Yeah, well, we played. I don't know how many tours we have done in Europe, and I think people starting to like us and know who we are as well. So, and same in the States, people show up, and we have good crowds there too. And I think it was in January we were down in Australia, and I have seen signs on the internet that they wanted us to come, because more and more people were writing from Australia, come here, and then we played there. It was really good too. So, well, world domination next. I don't know.
Okay. I'd like to talk about Lights Out quickly. When in the process of this album did the title come up, Lights Out?
I don't know. I think it was quite late. Lights Out thing. Yeah. I think it was around when the guy who was supposed to do the cover, he couldn't. So what we're gonna do for kind of cover? And then, well, we got the suggestion from someone, and he had done the cover. And okay, that's fine. We take that one. And I think the title of the album suited the cover. So that's it. Yeah.
Well, there's one song in particular, An Industry of Murder.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what it's about?
Well, it's a lot of evil stuff going on in the world, and especially war and stuff. And well, to write a song about the horrors of war isn't. I don't think we are the first band that have done that.
But do you? Because is it true that you write the lyrics together?
Yeah, we all like write lyrics. Yeah.
So do you then discuss beforehand what you're going to talk about in a song, or?
I think usually we start out with a riff, and then we start to jam on it, and then if someone has some more stuff to put in, or sometimes people come up, some in the band come up with a whole new song with the riffs and well, everything, and I guess you have to feel the vibe of the song before you put on the lyrics, so you don't like have a really slow, cozy song with war lyrics. It wouldn't suit at all. But I think if you have a lyric that suits it, or otherwise you like feel the vibe to it, and then maybe you can write a lyric that suits the vibe. Yeah.
But in terms of a song, writing a song about war or things like that, do you feel, is it just something that you guys think about and that's why it's in the song, or do you really not necessarily give a message, but do you want to make people think with your music as well?
Yeah, well, the best would be if our music or our lyrics can make people see between through the illusions that some governments put up sometimes for, you know, start a war when it's only about business and stuff like that. I don't want to mention any names, but if you look into the wars and stuff that's going on today, then you can see a connection there, I think.
So this is something you kind of want to tell people not to, or basically to tell people to be a bit more critical.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, it's been 2 years since the album.
Yeah.
Have you started writing for the next one?
Yeah. Well, yeah. We all started writing new songs, and we don't have a tour during the summer, but we have a lot of gigs during the weekends. So we try to like write new songs in the weeks, but it's hard. You don't want to stress a new album together, you know. But I think we'll come up with a new album. I think we plan to record this fall. Yeah.
Do you kind of have an idea or a direction that the music will take in, or have you decided yet?
No, not really. Well, I think we just do songs, and then we'll choose the songs that best, and then we see the like direction of the new album. I don't know. We haven't like written in rock where this record is gonna go, but well, hopefully it's gonna be a new good album. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.